We do begin tonight with the frightening image today. President Biden falling on stage at the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs. He had delivered the commencement address, the president taking part in the time-honored tradition, addressing the graduates at one of America's military academies, then shaking their hands. But afterward, as he turned to go back to his seat, the audience witnessing him fall to the stage. Real concern on that stage and in the crowd, the president quickly getting up with some help there, continuing to his seat for the remainder of the event. Tonight, the White House says the culprit right there on the stage, on the left there, two black sandbags supporting the teleprompter that the speakers were using today. Again, tonight, the White House says the president is fine, but they know all eyes are on the president always, especially with this race for the White House now underway. Let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce. And, of course, Mary, first off, the president is okay tonight.
David, the White House tonight says the president is doing fine, and he certainly appeared that way when we saw him on camera shortly after that fall. This all happened after he delivered that commencement address and then shook hands with graduates for nearly 2 hours. He then turned to head back to his seat, and that is when he appeared to trip over that sandbag that was next to him on the stage. He was able to get back up and was seen interacting with the crowd shortly after that fall. But given voters' concerns about the president's age, this is an image that his critics are already capitalizing on and pouncing on. Donald Trump was quick to weigh in on this. But, David, the bottom line tonight, the White House says the president simply tripped and he is doing well. David.
Mary Bruce tonight. Mary, thank you.
Shalom, shalom. Call halal, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Let's give all praise to the Most High. Name is only begotten Son, name of the Holy Spirit. My name is Ibar from the Prophets in Babylon camp down here in Tampa, Florida. And I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Biden fell. Okay, Biden busted his ass this time, well, again, but this time on national TV and in front of the military. Okay, Biden busted his ass again, this time on national TV and in front of the military. This video comes from the brother Amawan Gabar, so let's play it. You pointing at something on the ground, trying to blame something on the ground. Let's go back.
Wing, 10 shot. Mr. President, thank you for joining us today.
Shalom.
All right, so as you saw, no, look at me. He tries to point at something on the ground, you know, that, and then everybody else looks back and it looked like they didn't see anything there. But, you know, this right here is a omen, man. Okay, this is an omen. Okay, a sign. Now let's go to this word omen. It says the word omen, and it says a little sideways, Salakia. But omen, I'm going to jump to a better definition. It says a phenomenon or occurrence regarded as a sign of future happening or disaster. Prophetic significance. Okay, and this is that prophetic significance, that omen. Okay, you see a Biden here with the military. Okay, this is putting in, and we are entering into World War III. Okay, so this is a prophetic sign as to how the outcome of World War III is going to go. Okay, and ultimately it's going to be America falling. All right, so let's go ahead and go here one more time. Let's see what's going on. Oh, slipping. Oh, stumbling. Oh, try to get up. He just sat back down. He's like, oh shit. You know. So this right here is spiritual, man. It shows us that our time here is or you know, this time in America, and the coming of our Lord is nearer than we believe. Okay, it says Revelation chapter 14 verse 8 And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city. America is that great city. Okay, America is modern day Babylon, and it is falling. It is falling. Ultimately going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles. Because she hath made the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And this is spiritual, because I just did a video about how Biden threatened sanctions against Uganda for having a anti-gay law. Okay, pretty much saying if you're a homo, they seeking to put you to death. And Biden said it was going to put sanctions and penalties on Uganda for doing that. Okay, so Biden is pushing this woke agenda, and this is why Babylon is falling. It says, because she hath made all the nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. So there's no coincidence that the same week this guy, pretty much tells Uganda that he's going to put sanctions on them for not pushing the LGBT shit, he slips and falls, in front of the whole world. Okay, which shows you that ultimately this place is through, man. Okay, this place is through. And if the leader of the people is like this, how much more the people? How much more the military, man? And I'm into a lot of old, like Viking movies and shows and stuff. I've been watching like Vinland Saga and stuff, and even in those movies, they show you, that it was a common thing to have slaves. Okay, so and those Vikings were ultimately Jake, and we had slaves. We're gonna have slaves in the kingdom, but that's neither here nor there. But you will have like these wars, you'll have these different fights and wars and stuff, and the spirit of the warriors, they were always based on their leader. So if their leader they had a weak leader, then the people and the soldiers were going to be weak. So America has a weak leader, man. Okay, this man has failed numerous times. I believe this is the third time. Probably countless times off camera, but this is the third time, or it's probably more, that he's been caught on camera slipping and falling, man. All right, busting his ass. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 1, it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So this means that if the ruler of this country is mentally gone and slipping and falling, how much more of these average everyday Americans, all the way up into the generals and the Senate and whatnot, they don't have it. Okay, they don't have it. All right, and I remember when this guy Trump was in office, you ain't never see Trump slipping and falling, man. Okay, Trump was very he was very adherent. He was or coherent. Salakia. He was even in his speeches he always had the quick comebacks. So his mind is there, but Biden's mind is not there. Biden is a senile old man. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And that's why I said about the whole LGBT thing and the anti-gay law. To be a mo, that's a sin against the Most High God. So for you to not only push it in your country, but then try to force other people to push it in their country, that's a grave sin, man. That's a grave sin. All right. So it says, an unwise king destroyeth his people. This is what this man is doing. He's destroying his people. Even him deciding to be in office, taking that seat, being in office at this old and decrepit, you destroying your people, man. You should have let somebody get in there who has some sense about them. It says, but through the prudence of them, which we know it's all rigged. Elections are not, presidents are not elected; they're selected. And the reason why the powers that be put Biden in the office is because he's a yes man. He's gonna do whatever they say. He's gonna roll with the agenda. They was having problems with Trump coming against their agenda. Well, a Biden gonna go with the plan, and the reason why is because the majority of the time he's gonna be asleep anyways. They call him Sleepy Joe. It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So the Lord's going to set back a righteous kingdom up, because this kingdom right here is totally wicked, man. Okay? It's totally wicked, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, man. Okay, it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. Ultimately leading up into the total destruction and annihilation of America. Okay, and this what this proves. You know, this man falling and stumbling all over the damn news and shit, man, all in front of your military. You know, that tears down the morale of those soldiers. I just did a video the other day about a U.S. soldier that burned his uniform, man. Okay, he burned his uniform. He was talking shit about the military. Okay, he was talking shit about the military, man. All right, so we coming into that time, man, where you're about to see great death, great judgment, great hell brought upon America. Okay, and you gonna wish you gonna have to wish that you was with the Lord, man. You know that you have been serving the Lord, okay, and not your own self, not your own ways, not the ways of these devils. It says Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen, and Biden represents Babylon. Okay, he's supposed to be the puppet leader of this place. You know, he's supposed to be the top guy, which we are like I said, we already know that's a facade. But they put him in this position. You know, Babylon is suddenly fallen. Let me go up. Let me go to verse 6. Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. So get your mind out of this place. Don't be caught up in here talking about the woke. Oh yeah, pride, and you had the pride parades and shit. Hey, this guy Ron DeSantis, even though he came out with that immigration law, I went into that last night. But he also made a law that they can't have these pride was pretty much stopping them from being able to have these pride parades down here in Florida. Okay, which that's something that they do every year. They can't have these drag shows at these restaurants and stuff in these venues. All that's coming to an end. But because of that, people are about to be there's about to be some civil unrest, man. And I believe they're gonna get rid of this guy Ron DeSantis, and they're gonna put somebody else in there that's gonna push all this, man. Okay, because Babylon is gonna get worse and worse. We're gonna see this place wax worse and worse right before our eyes. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. Okay, this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render to her a recompense, and that's what the Lord is doing. Okay, he's about to destroy America. So when you see this place, the leader of this place tripping and stumbling and falling like this is the Lord showing you something, man. Pay attention. It says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord and Yahweh's hand, that made all the nations drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Okay, and that's what's happening. These nations are upset. They're tired of America. They ultimately want to see this place be destroyed because they drunken of that wine, which is those philosophies. I went into that the other day. I meant to grab the scripture, but I didn't grab it. I'm thinking about it now. But it's all through the spirit of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. The point where it's made. But yeah, man. This is an omen. This is a sign, okay, of significant of prophetic significance. Okay, something's coming. Okay, or it said of prophetic or disaster. Okay, a sign of disaster coming. All right, and this is how the Most High work. He'll put it right in your face, also in your enemies' faces. One of the brothers did a video going into how China, Russia, and Iran was laughing at America for having this whole problem with their debt ceiling. They're watching America pretty much crumble and fall, and these other nations are laughing at America, man. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. So ultimately, it's going to thermonuclear missiles. America being destroyed in 1 hour. But this is spiritual. The spiritual significance of this is America's already fallen. Okay, it says, and how for her take balm for her, if so be she may be healed. And I bet you he had a bunch of niggas in the crowd. They would have been crying and whining, oh my God, for Biden. And everybody was holding back their laughs. Some people actually laughed. They chuckled, on the fucking microphone. So that shows you this place is through, man. Okay, this place is through, and it's only going to get worse for America. Pray that you be delivered out of this place, or you will be destroyed just like the leaders of this place, man. Okay, and if not worse ways. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to say shalom, kwame shalom, abba.
Well, Joe Biden falling down the stairs has grabbed headlines yet again today. It's become a somewhat regular occurrence that the president takes a tumble in public. Today was no exception, with Joe Biden experiencing an unfortunate fall during a commencement address at the Air Force Academy. He had just finished handing out diplomas when this happened. And it didn't take long for President Biden's predecessor to be asked about the fall.
He just fell on what stage? He's at the Air Force Academy. He actually fell down? Well, I hope he wasn't hurt. I hope he wasn't hurt. But it's the whole thing is, look, the whole thing is crazy. You got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about that, because you don't want that.
Let's take a look back at some of the moments when Joe Biden has taken a tumble in public. The president was in Japan last month for the G7 summit when he narrowly escaped falling down some stairs. In November, the president was making a speech in New York with Governor Kathy Hochul ahead of the midterms when he bizarrely tripped on something and said it was black.
The American people want. We put a cap at $2,000 a year on prescription drugs for seniors, no matter what their cost. 2, 10, 12, 15. Oops, stepping on that's black. Anyway.
In August last year, Joe Biden struggled to put his jacket on after stepping off the helicopter, prompting First Lady Jill Biden to have to help him out. In June last year, Joe Biden was cycling in Delaware with Jill Biden when he slowed down approaching the media, only to fall off the bike. In May last year, the president nearly slipped up the stairs of Air Force One. However, this fall in March 2021 saw the president fall up the stairs 3 times.